With a very warm heart, I congratulate each and every member of the World Teacher Trust, Germany, for having contributed to this holy pilgrimage of 30 years. It's the pilgrimage of the personality towards the soul. While walking as personalities, we may not notice that as much as the personality walks towards the soul with greater love, compassion and friendliness walks towards the personality. The journey is from both sides at all times. But the ones who are making the journey see from their angle. But the other one, to whom the journey is being made, also walks towards the ones that are making the journey. As much as we orient to the hierarchy and their teachings, so much the hierarchy also walks towards us. This is, as said in the morning, the sun meeting the moon, the hierarchy of teachers meeting the humanity through their disciples. The disciples are the arbitrators between the hierarchy and the humanity. As much as a disciple works for the hierarchy, so much he works for the humanity as well. He defends the humanity before the hierarchy. He defends. Every teacher defends his students before his master. And at the same time, he brings forth the message from the master or the hierarchy to the humanity. That's how a two-way function keeps happening. And if 30 years of working has taken place with a continuous activity, it is because as much as the members of the group dedicated themselves to the task of transforming and then transcending to be the souls and to function thereafter for the hierarchy. One fact should always be remembered, which is always harped upon or emphasized in the hierarchical circles. As much as a teacher is admired and glorified, so much a student is also admired, and every effort is made by the teacher to glorify the student. Everything is twofold in this beautiful relation of teacher-student. If there is no hierarchy of teachers, the path to wisdom, the path to light, the path to soul, the path to self-realization it tends to obscure. Likewise, as much as the students do not exist, the teachers have no job. The teachers always look for aspirants who wish to walk into the path of light. And without a platform for teaching, no teaching can survive. The teaching survives upon the platform where there are students looking for teaching and there are teachers that keep transmitting the wisdom. It is mostly believed that the masters of wisdom and their hierarchy of workers are rare to be seen in the world. But on the contrary, the masters and their hierarchy of workers, they are on constant search and constant vigil to see that every aspirant is attended to with the teaching, and they are on continuous lookout for aspirants. As much as the aspirants look out for the teachers of wisdom, so much the teachers of wisdom are also, and equally, if not more, eager in finding out aspirants so that the wisdom can be transmitted. Therefore, the glory of hierarchy is in humanity. The glory of humanity is in their contact with the hierarchy. It's like on account of who is glorified. Jesus Christ said when he was instrumental in giving sight to the blind man, he said very clearly, the Father in the heaven wanted to glorify the Son, and it is He who gave the eyes to you through me. If He wanted to give eyes to you, He could have done it through any person. If He had done it so through you, it's only to glorify me and see if I remain still humble, in spite of glory that you attribute to me. It is but natural and is also but an aspect of devotion that the students admire, respect, love, and even glorify their teacher. In doing so, they are fulfilling their duty. But when it comes to teacher, you should remember it is something else that has chosen to work through him and transmit what is to be transmitted. So therefore, the instrument in the hands of the hierarchy, or what we call God, the instrument cannot claim much really, but it can experience the splendor of the higher circles working through and the lower circles being fulfilled. At the same time, he also reports the limitations, the problems and the circumstances in which the students are striving to reach the soul, while the teacher continuously harps upon working with light within and outside to the students. He also continuously informs the hierarchy that they are doing their best and they must respond and reinforce from higher circles. He not only gives advice to the students but also advocates for the students. That's the beauty of the teaching. A teacher advocates for the student before the ones whom he follows. So it's a situation where the glory goes to hierarchy in a situation like this when we have worked for 30 years. You may have heard many times in the speech that the sisters made about KPK, KPK, KPK. And again in translation it comes again KPK, 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 because it cannot be translated in any other way. So many times when KPK, KPK, KPK is heard, the ones behind, they see what is happening in the one who is addressed as KPK. We should know, though we keep the pictures of the ones whom we follow, they don't stay only on that wall, they stay in the group. They keep moving in the group, keep touching people, and doing many things in a playful manner. So they would also be, with penetrating eyes, keep seeing what is happening in that energy system which is called KPK. If that energy system gets into a different vibration through the glory, or does it remain neutral? That is what exactly Jesus demonstrated. For that matter, every master of wisdom demonstrates that all that happens to uplift the human beings happens only from one, and he has many ways of doing it. And if he has done it through a vehicle, that vehicle is fulfilled. Therefore, there is no such thing as a single channel or an official channel or a recognized channel. That is what exactly it means when the Master said, this is a direct path, a direct line of knowledge. I deal with every student on a one-to-one basis. Yet he prepares mediums. While he prepares mediums, he is not obliged only to work through the mediums. This is the beauty of the whole game. When one tends to be a little egoistic about his being a medium, the energy finds immediately another channel to transmit. Because thousands are channels. A tree can be a channel, a dog can be a channel, a cow can be a channel, a situation can be a channel. As I said in the morning, a three-year-old child can be a channel. Through anything the Master can speak. Through anything, everything, animate or inanimate, the Master can speak. You should have the readiness to listen, the readiness to see, the readiness to sense, and also the readiness to taste. So therefore, there is a direct relationship between the Father and his children. There is one Father for the entire creation, whom we call the Master. And he has his children. He has also certain grown-up children through whom he tries to function. But if the grown-up children tend to be funny, he directly functions. It doesn't prevent him. This is the beauty of the game. So therefore, in this work, as much as you are all fulfilled, so much I am also fulfilled. I always feel, as I keep fulfilling the purposes of World Teacher Trust, concurrently I am also being fulfilled by the energy of the World Teacher. It is so simple as that. As you fulfill the purposes, noble purposes of a hierarchical organization, in fulfilling the purposes of that organization, as much as you dedicate, as much as you offer yourself, as much as you devote your time, money and energy towards it, so much it fulfills you. The blessings with any hierarchical organization is the devotion and the dedication that you demonstrate is directly become eligible for the appropriate blessings. That's how there is, as you fulfill the World Teacher Trust, the World Teacher Trust fulfills you. This is how it is arranged. The arrangement is like that. As you fulfill the nature fulfills you. It's never one way in creation. Never, never, never. In all these years, from 1971, in fact, the work started with me or for me along with the incorporation of the World Teacher Trust. So as I went on working for it, it fulfilled me in every dimension of life, as much as the work is fulfilled. See the beauty. You don't look for your personal fulfillment, you look for the fulfillment of a hierarchical objective, a hierarchical purpose. You just jump into it and dive into it, dive deep into it. In such diving deep into it, the counter effect of such contribution is that it keeps on fulfilling. As you fulfill, it fulfills you. That's how the plan is. So like that, in the World Teacher Trust, Germany, there are so many members. If I make a mention of a name, then I may not be doing justice because the memory is such that you may not be able to mention every name. All have fulfilled in Germany the purpose of the World Teacher Trust, and each one received according to his contribution to the work. The Master has adequately fulfilled the person. So that is how it is a two-way flow of dedication and devotion from the members to the work of the Master, and then fulfilling the members has been the work of the Master towards the students. This I see in all lives. That's why there is a careful observation and following up with every member in relation to their progress in terms of personal health, personality issues, personal growth, and giving personal guidance through varieties of means. In that context, we passed 30 years and there is a generation change. We have come to a generation change. When we started the work, the kids that we had at the time have grown up to that age as we started the work. When I started the work, it was in my 25th year, the work started for me. And as I went on fulfilling, my children have come to be of that age and even surpassed that age. All personality life effortlessly fulfills as you tend to be more and more with the Master. You don't have to look to your personality needs. That's the abundance of the energy of the one whom we call the Master of the Universe. The more and more you associate with it, the more and more you are taken care of in every dimension, so very completely, which you may have not, by your own efforts, been able to do it. What we could have done by our own efforts in personality is much more compensated by the intervention of the Master as much as we dedicate to the work. It looks as though you leave your personality also in the hands of the Master. The Master conducts you in terms of your soul purpose, in terms of fulfillment of your personality. And in due course, in the process, he also fulfills the plan. It is such a concurrent and simultaneous fulfillments that keep happening. The personality is fulfilled, the soul is fulfilled, for the Master the plan is fulfilled. It's a total win-win-win situation. For that a 30-year birth is deeply regarded. Though on Friday evening I said 30 years is not to be counted in a span of 777 incarnations. But in an incarnation, 30 years is the cream of life. 30 years is the cream of life because a man equips himself with abilities to serve the society up to say 30 years. Then he dedicates himself for 30 years. Then he is eligible to retire, meaning the rest of the life is only to relax and to experience the divine. So 30-year work, a Saturnian work, is considered a good unit of work in terms of time, a good time capsule of working. So to see what has happened in 30 years is a good review and recapitulation. A lot has been done in 30 years in terms of learning, in terms of disseminating the wisdom, in terms of service, in terms of prayers. You may not know that our group prayers have also contributed to dissolve many a crisis on the planet ever since we started the work. The collective prayers do not go without the related positive impact on the globe. When we all gather here and utter Om 7 times in such a gathering, the impact of that Om, it goes high into the sky and spreads all over to bring the needed harmony to avert certain crises which otherwise would have made to manifest. The invisible work that happens through our efforts is not seen by us but is seen by the Master. That's why group prayers are much more admired by the Masters of wisdom. Group work is much more admired by the Masters of wisdom because the impact is more. The impact is more. And we have conducted so many group lives. And we have participated in so many group lives. The beauty of the Master is he has let everyone to cross their borders of the region, their nation, their continent, and put them on a global movement by which there is much transmission of light through the travels that happen. When people travel in relation to the group lives that are conducted in South America or North America or Europe or India, The travels that we conduct also build bridges of light. This is the other side of the activity. Because we do the travels as pilgrimages, and in these pilgrimages, in our mind, the predominant principle is the master. Keeping the master as the predominant principle, we keep traveling from one to the other places. So we conduct the energy of the master as its medium. As we keep on traveling, and it develops a kind of networking of light through travels. In multi-jet trust, the way the groups move, it is unique, I can tell you. It is unique. There are times where we have occupied the entire flight by ourselves, either to South America or to India, from place to place. Many times it is as though we chartered the flights. Sometimes we have chartered the trains also. When we were in Rigi conducting a group life, Sister Tiziana arranged a chartered train for us to come down to Viznau and then go to Pilatus. In all this, there is a hidden dimension. So that way the work that is conducted by the groups is enormous. What we have recorded in the book itself is enormous. And it is only as much as the memory could recollect, as much as the cooperation that comes from the members that appears in the book. The book is only 1/4, because 1/4 is visible, 3/4 is invisible, isn't it? The invisible part is 3 times more than the visible part as is presented in a book. We try our very best to bring out as much as possible of what has happened in Germany through this book. But an intelligent student should be able to see through this. This is a window. A Jubilee souvenir is but a window, and the window gives a view into a grand vision, but what the window shows is only a portion of the grand vision. So if you go through the window of this book, then you see and you look at, you get stunned, you get silenced, you get into that expression which is very popular now, wow. It's huge. It's huge. The book cannot tell how many transformations have happened in how many members who have been following the discipline of as is given by the hierarchy to us. Isn't it? We only put up the windows, and through the windows an intelligent reader can gauge and see what would have been the great transformation that has happened. And then a Jubilee book is also a good record for the posterity. The German group could have done the Silver Jubilee function. But then what happened? The Silver Jubilee of German Multi-Church Trust fell in the year of the 100 years of Master CVV Yoga. So the 100 years of Master CVV Yoga has overwhelmed the event of 25 years of Germany, and therefore we had to take the next nodal point, milestone, as 30 years. 2009 could have been the Silver Jubilee year, but that 100 years of Master CVV Yoga has taken over all our hearts. We were all kidnapped by that energy of the Master. We made a huge group life, not only in Fluili, but also across the very mountain of the Master. 600 people at the mount of the Master could meditate, do fire ritual, and as if from nowhere there was a very flowery drizzle just for 3 minutes. And a great blessing has happened. And through that blessing today we are also granted a venue to stay there, to look at the mount, to relate to the mount and the Master. The Master Mountain Resort is also a great gift to the entire groups of the World Teacher Trust as I see it. For all these events to happen, it is the effort of the groups. When you think in your daily life that you are a member of the group, the entire group energy stands by you. In your crisis, in personal life, as we do our daily work, do not think that you are alone or lonely. You are supported by the group energy because you are but a projection of the group energy. The beauty of group energy is so undescribable that it is present with you all the time as much as you have identified with the group. Your identity with the group naturally extends the group energy into you. Our problem is we only see one way, we don't see the other way. So when you are working by yourself in some situation, it's not only you, it is the energy of the group behind you. It's a great strength. When the energy of the group is with you, the Master is with you. Many times I keep reminding, the group is the Master. The group is the Master. In Aquarian age, the energy of the Master is exceedingly present in whenever there is a group activity. And if you hold in your being that kind of group consciousness, that group consciousness is nothing but the presence of the Master in you. Therefore, so many things in a very subtle manner have happened in these 30 years. And in the meanwhile, some of those elders who initiated the work, though not visibly with us, they are all present in a situation like this in a different manner. Like Ursula from Hamburg and Alan Kusman from Solingen, and then the others of that age group. They have all been, that's why I did not want to make mention of names. I may be missing to mention some names, but starting from them to the youngest child in the World Teacher Trust, they all carry in them the Master's energy, and in our togetherness there is the true strength. That's what I always say. We have started as small groups. I attended to every group in the beginning. Later, their groups are grouped. Grouping of the groups was given as a topic to me once in Munich to talk about. And then today we have begun. We live in such groups which are not only national, they are also continental and even intercontinental. Can we say that it has happened only because of a few names? It is the collective effort complemented by the blessings of the Masters. So we therefore continue, and by such review we only reinvigorate ourselves so that we move forward with some contentment and some discontentment. Both should be there. Discontentment is that we are not completely fulfilled, we have to be further fulfilled. Until the seventh initiation happens to us, we should not stand fulfilled. That's the maximum that can happen on the planet. Until the seventh initiation. So let the hunger for fulfillment be held on, while we also carry the contentment of the fulfilled dimension. We rejoice in the fulfilled dimension and we aspire for the unfulfilled part, so that we continue to be working with contentment for further contentment. That's why the Master says that we should have a fill after the full. A fill after the full is joyful. When it is full, you still feel it. That's why he says, the word that I most cherish is fulfillment. So while we are fulfilled, we seek further fulfillment. And we have the world teacher as our example for that. He is the fulfilled one on the planet. In him we trust and move in the direction that he has set for us. And we continue to move joyfully because we are fulfilled to the degree at the moment, and we are looking for further fulfillment. And I really thank the entire German group. As I said in the book, I gave a message in the book at the request of our members, and it is handwritten. They wanted a handwritten message. Ever since these computers and electronic media have come, the use of hand for writing the habit is receding. So they have set me on the task of writing. Normally I write the lines are very horizontal. Never the line goes either that way or this way, or there are no curves. A line is a line. My teachers used to admire me. The way I write, it is like a very straight horizontal line. Like that the entire page. But when I wrote here, it is somewhat straight. Why? Because there is the electronic usage. The fingers are more used to piano functioning than for scribing. Nevertheless, the vibrant aspect of German group, the consistent vibration and the constant vibration that they maintain, the clarity they demonstrate in their work and in their thought, all that is mentioned, and at the end, the further tasks are also given in an invocational form. When the book gets into your hand, you may look into it. The rest of the book, I need a German friend to read it for me. We will try to find a way to know what all is inscribed imprinted in the book. I am very sure that you would be joyful to hold a copy of that book. And when we saw the book, each one of us is so excited. We ordered immediately, we told Gunter, please give me a book. Then Kumari said, please give me a book. And then Guru Prasad said, please give me a book. Ramana said, please give me a book. Sabina said, please give me a book. Anna was not around at that time. If she had been there, she would also have followed the inspiration. And then Kumari said, give me another book so that I will give it to my daughter Shanti. Such an inspiration came when we just looked into it. Later we realized how heavy it is. But luggage is part of the game. Isn't it? Lest we may not have enough place in our luggage, even an additional luggage is also supplied. So we cannot complain and say, no, we can't take all these books, Gunta. You may please send them by post. That cannot be said now. This is how Master fixes. You have asked for a book. You have asked for a book. And then Gunter, who is not so young as he was 30 years ago, went down and came back with books. And he gave each one of us a book. When the team discusses about the luggage and the heaviness, I remained silent. You have asked for it and you got it. It's like you choose a girl to marry and you got it, that's it. You can't complain. You have to take it with you. There is no other way. So we do it. So you too also do that way. When you take a commitment, we have to fulfill it. That's the basic requirement. Be it a publicly known commitment or unknown commitment. Commitment is commitment and it is noted in the ethers. Commitment is a commitment and it is noted in the ethers. When you dishonor it, you are dishonored. That's it. That's what I always believe in and I function in tune with it. And we are all the children of the Master and we move joyfully. And as long as we remain children, we can afford to make some mistakes. A Master consciousness cannot make mistakes. A Master consciousness cannot make mistakes. But a student consciousness or an aspirant consciousness can make mistakes as you move forward into life. The consequence of a mistake is far too high. When a child makes mistake, the elders pardon. But when an adult makes mistake, you cannot expect such similar pardon coming from higher circles. So therefore, we have all grown up in 30 years. We cannot say we are children anymore in the garden of the Master. The moment you started invoking the sound, and when you have taken to that commitment, and when you have already attained 18 years of association with the prayer, for all practical purposes, each one is an adult. So therefore, we should be more and more committed. Stay committed. As much as you stay committed, so much the fulfillment happens. I feel deeply touched today, and I felt the fulfillment is three-dimensional. The group is fulfilled, the hierarchy is fulfilled, the plan is fulfilled. So, these are a few thoughts that have come to me as I started speaking. I take the challenge of speech into their court always. If you wish to speak, you speak. I am here, that's all. That is what I have been adapting to. By nature, as you all know, I am a Scorpio. Isn't it? I prefer to be in a hole, absolutely silent. That is the major complaint of my lady also. He is always silent, he never speaks to me. He speaks only when you are all here. It is not, by nature I am not a speaker. I am not a person who admires to speak. I don't have admiration for speaking. I told this to Master E.K. in the year 81. He asked me when I came along with him, he said, you know as much, you can as well teach. I said, teaching is your job, Master. To stand by you and assist you is my job. Let me be your assistant. You play, you make the dance on the stage. I stay behind and support you. I was always staying behind in the last row. And we were having a very good communication. That's how I worked. 82, he again said, you must start teaching. I said, Master, by nature I don't like to speak much. You speak and I stand by you. And whatever support that you need, I can supply to you in terms of collecting any material. But you speak. A Leo is a good actor. A Leonian person likes a stage. It is by nature he likes a stage. And by profession he has been a teacher. So if you dance well on this stage, I may not be dancing so well, so better you take this stage, I stay behind. Then in 83 he said very strongly, it's not me anymore, it is they who want that you should speak. Then I told him, did you tell them what I said to you? Because we were very friendly. Very friendly. Of course they know, but still they say that we have to speak. So that's how I started speaking. But when I come to speak, I have set an agreement with the higher circles. You want me to speak, so I remain a speaker on your behalf. I don't believe speaking by myself. Since you want it, you speak, I stay on the stage. That's how I have been performing all these years. Therefore, I do not come to any teaching session with a great preparation or with anything. I come here, make an invocation and speak out whatever comes, and I take it as my karma and your karma. And when someone says it is very inspiring, and when someone says that you have spoken for me, you have cleared many of my doubts, like that I keep hearing, then I thank them that they have done their job very well through me. They do their job in spite of me. That's what I say. In spite of a reluctant worker like me, you keep working. We must be having tremendous patience. Please give all that patience to me. The qualities that Doris spoke of me, they all belong to them. All virtues belong to the higher circles. From time to time they are given to us, just like Arjuna was given celestial arrows to fulfill the plan. After the plan is fulfilled, all celestial arrows, they disappear. You know the story? Therefore, thanks to Kumari, she says, I think you have spoken enough. Because she is afraid that I may get into Mahabharata now. So know that all belongs to the soul. All belongs to the soul. Let the soul express, let the personality stand attuned to the soul. Let it be so with you all, let it be so with me, and it is so with them. That is how it is. And I now conclude because there is some more program to be conducted. Normally, my observation with the teaching is, if it opens, it takes 90 minutes. If it opens, it takes a kind of a slow beginning, and slowly it takes to its own dimensions and picks up its own heights, and then goes on and on and on. And 90 minutes it happens. That's why Jesus Dias, our friend, he always carried 90-minute cassettes in the beginning, so that there was no need for him to change in between. So, whatever it is, I conclude all this speech is coming because of the fulfillment that is present in this hall, in all the beings. It is being expressed. And any amount of expression would not complete it. The unspoken part is always 1,000 times more than the spoken part. So let it remain so. Thank you one and all. I request the organizers to conduct the rest of the program. Thank you.